Lakers win 122 to 117 and advance to the NBA championship round.
The year before, we had felt that we were certainly a playoff team that maybe had a chance at being a title contender. So, you know, we were on board. So I think that was one of the things about the players that were coming here and then the players that were acquired, is that they all had that kind of galvanizing thing, that all had that kind of thing, will to win, and knew that they could win.
They had similar styles, playing for the Lakers and playing for the Suns, and the ability to get up and down the floor, players that could shoot the basketball, good point guards, good defensive or organized teams. It was fun to play. It was fun to be in the environment for a Laker, and it was also fun to be in an environment when I was playing with the Suns.
Well, we felt we could beat them. We'd beat them during the season, but it was still the best team in basketball. And in a long series, you know, they certainly had the upper hand because of what they had, you know, for years. But we were a confident group. We were scoring a bunch of points. We just needed to figure out how to slow them and stop them at the right time.
I think the thing was, win game one. Now we have them. Their back is against the wall, and we'll see what happens moving forward. You know, the worst thing that can happen once you win that first game is they can break even. You know, but the good thing about it, you can play a little looser because you can go up 2-0.
We weren't ever intimidated by them, and you know, with Kevin penetrating and dishing out to guys, and once we got one win in that series, then the confidence was high enough that we thought we could win that series.
It's always big when you can go on the road and win the game, especially against a team that's supposed to be better than you and is favored. So anytime you can go in there and steal a game was huge.
Winning the game down there was huge. It really boosted our confidence and let us realize that in the playoffs we could beat this team, and we had a lot of momentum going back home.
I think that's part of what I remember there, is that for one of the first times that I've seen that you couldn't find a Laker fan in the building. And so I think that kind of atmosphere just helped to fuel the fire between the two teams.
It was the madhouse on McDowell. You know, they wanted this for a long time, and the reception was just over the top. You know, the guys were feeling good about themselves, and you know, we were the talk of the world. We had an opportunity to beat the team, you know, the legendary Lakers, a team who had won I don't even know how many NBA championships. So it was as good as it gets. We didn't want to, you know, do anything other than just go there and take care of business, and we felt like we could do it. We didn't want the momentum to swing back their direction. We certainly had it going our way, and we were playing great basketball. So we knew that the pressure was on them in LA, and we took it right to them.
Today is what matters. Right now, right here, we can end it, and, you know, hey, we'll go home and celebrate. But we're not taking this thing back if we don't have to, and there's no need to, because when we walk on the court, we're the better team.
10 seconds in the Phoenix shot clock. Now to Hornacek. Hornacek to Mark West inside for the jam, and the Suns lead by 3.
I get the questions all the time. What's your most memorable time? And I think about that. I said the one play that I always remember is, you know, in Game 5 in LA, when for whatever reason, the play was late in the game, and I ran a pick and roll with Mark West, and Magic was on me, and James Worthy stepped out to stop the pick and roll, and I threw it to Mark West, and nobody picked him up. He dunked it, and that gave us the, I think, 4-point lead, and basically won the game with about 30 seconds to go.
Well, you know, we beat the Lakers, you know, Showtime Lakers, you know, Jack Nicholson, Pat Riley, Magic Johnson. It didn't get any better than that.
When we get on the bus, that's what I remember most about it. We get on the bus going back to the airport, and then Marley breaks out into the "We Love LA" song on the bus, you know. So he'd sing the chorus, and everybody would say, "We love it, we love it." So we just laughed. So that was the greatest. That was the best.
Just, you know, guys being crazy. It was pre-charter, so we had flights. You know, you had to actually go through the airport and get off, and I remember getting off the plane and walking down the tarmac, and fans were just surrounded in all the terminals and meeting us as we came out. So, obviously we were a happy group, and we were met by the fans when we landed. So it was great.
Well, that was a great time. I don't know if they shut it down or what, but I know there was about 10,000 people jammed in that one terminal, and it was hard to even get through there. And it was just—that's why I said it wasn't just a win for the Phoenix Suns. It seemed like it was a win for the city, and the city was great supporters, and going through that airport, that's something you never forget.
Well, I remember the whole LA media and the whole thing saying we were going to fold like a tortilla. I remember that big thing, and nobody really had given us a chance to go to LA and to beat them. And I think we shocked everybody, including the Lakers and maybe even ourselves, to be able to go into LA and win that game. But that's probably one of the best feelings I've ever had as a player, because as a young player, I just went in there and played hard, and then I don't think I realized until later on, as you get older, how special that was, because it was a momentous task, and we were able to do it.
I didn't know that was the first time that the Suns had ever beaten them in a playoff series. I guess, and maybe that's what helped us through it. Just myself and some of the other guys who had just come from other teams or whatever, the hodgepodge of players. We were kind of naive to that, so we always thought we could beat them. It was in some kind of chains around our feet that we could never beat the Lakers. And when it happened, I mean, it was amazing how galvanized the city and how just it was. They were amped up. It was great.
Any player in the NBA that goes from one organization to another likes to feel like they had a hand in beating their former employees, so that was enjoyable for me.